story of a man called Steve. Some might find it hard to believe he climbed to the top along an old bush track. Who'd have thought he'd come this far? The Crocodile Hunter is a movie star. The legend found its way from the Outback to Hollywood. You're looking good. Crikey, mate, we never had a doubt you'll make it. Hollywood, Hollywood, from the Outback to Hollywood. From the Outback.
Making the Crocodile Hunter television series has been a part of my life for the past decade. And during that time, we've managed to change the face of wildlife documentaries all around the world, bringing the word conservation into the lives of millions of people. But in this episode, we're going to take you on a very special journey from how we started in the Australian Outback to right smack dab onto Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. And it's a journey that'll give you a never-before-seen look at our very first screen test. Crikey! You think my hair's a little wild now? Wait until you see Terry and I's do's 10 years ago. No wonder it never made it to air. And we're going to take you behind the lines on our whirlwind tour through America on the road to our movie premiere in LA. We're going to give you an exclusive look at the other side of the Crocodile Hunter as we take you from the Outback to Hollywood. Changing. She didn't crush it. Our lead invasive. Crikey. I knew you would be. Drop that door.
You're kind of looking at me. Cool.
Check this out. Crocs rule! Yes! When we started out to make our first documentary, way back when we were just a couple of raw recruits, we'd never faced a real television camera crew before in our lives.
What you're about to see is classic archival footage of our very first screen test attempt, trying to be the ultimate television presenters, but exposing a bundle of nerves.
This is actually the first footage ever shot, when the series had a working title of Wild Adventures. Hey, check out Terry's hairdo. What a shocker! Wow!
It all began with a TV show. Steve was scared, and you should know that Terry's hair created some concern. They were young and they were green, strangers to the TV scene. They both had much to learn.
G'day, I'm Steve and this is Terry. Yeah.
What the hell is their name?
G'day, we're Steve and Terry Irwin, and today we're going to take you on a wild adventure. Tonight.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for joining us.
Then Terry goes on.
Sorry. No, another one? We're getting the hang of it, G'day, welcome to Wild Adventures.
Tonight we'll be going to...
You think we should introduce ourselves?
Sorry, I might introduce us. I'd like to welcome you. Okay, here we go. G'day, we're Steve and Terry Irwin, and welcome to Wild Adventures.
Tonight we're going to be taking you to far northern Queensland, where we're going to be exploring many different things, including a black snake that Steve caught.
Not to mention Terry with her first large crocodile capture.
And don't forget the baby dinosaurs. We saw those too.
How about those goannas we've been chasing around?
And I think I got a kiss from one of those. So please stay tuned. We've got lots of adventure to come.
The bush can provide a tasty feed if you're peckish and you feel the need. There's a whole stack of weeds that could possibly be your lunch. Though he much prefers some lean roast beef, when hungry he will eat a leaf. Oh, here a twig a munch.
The pilot episode was all about bush tucker. My skills finding food in the bush, like getting water out of a vine. Might have to squeeze it.
Oh, come on.
It's dry as a bone. And in this first episode, we also thought we'd introduce the excitement of an outback wildlife capture with this totally fearsome monster.
Wow, what is it?
It's a striped skink. The predator comes along and grabs it. They'll drop their tail and they regenerate.
Thank goodness the animals got bigger. The early years of making Croc Hunter was a true family affair. We had the added bonus of my mum and dad, Bob and Lynn Irwin, travelling with us through the outback, supporting us with all their wisdom and experience behind the scenes. And by crikey, we had a beaut bonza time.
Might have a posse? Yeah.
With Mum and Dad right on the spot, we had the security of all that knowledge backing us up with everything we did. Crikey, I love them. And back in the early days when I was diving with sharks in the Coral Sea off the Australian coast, there couldn't be anyone better to watch my back than Mum and Dad. Mum, she'd scan the surface looking for any fins coming up, and of course Dad, mate, boots and all, right in there with me. And we're all pretty new to this filmmaking business, and we had to get used to the extra danger of doing two things at once, relating to the animals and working with a camera crew. It was vital to have Mum and Dad there to keep us all safe. It's amazing how we grew from making family docos in the Aussie outback to new adventures with unforgettable experiences of all kinds, with different animals all over the world. Woo-hoo!
We may not have known it at the time, but all of those roads through the outback were ultimately leading us to the movies. Our traditional ways of making documentaries with a small crew and shooting on the run were about to change. Steve was going to become an integral part of the movie-making process as a camera operator, in the firing line, and personal trainer to one of the film's leading ladies, Suey.
Hollywood flicks, no piece of cake. From the start it was going to take a fearless heart and nerves austere. 500 men to build the dream, proud to be on Steve-O's team, and mate, it was unreal.
With the plastic drum as a fake camera, Steve had moved from in front of the lens to behind the scenes for the extremely dangerous parts of filming, like conditioning Charlie to leap for food with a camera in snapping range, a big crew all around, and the glare of movie lights.
And lights off, Toby. Quick as you can. It worked well. Right? Yes.
A month of conditioning every night, and Charlie was ready for the real thing.
Firstly, this will all be a lot of fun and pretty exciting. It should go smooth as clockwork. We've been working with the Crocodiles for a long time now to get the filming done, and tonight we're doing Charlie. You know, in the daylight it's probably not going to be too much of a problem, but I only want to go through this once because tonight things will get a little murky because it'll be dark, there'll be mosquitoes biting you, there'll be crocs all the way around you, and most importantly, we need to protect the crocodiles because they'll be coming up looking at what's going on and you won't know.
Steve is the only one in the crew with the expertise to handle this dangerous shot. A big croc can leap 2/3 of his body length out of the water. Steve's right in strike range, and Charlie could easily take him out if he decides to go for the camera. It's a long process, literally hours, to get one shot just right.
Cut. And give me to the left of the frame, get him over to the left. That's good. That's getting better.
Charlie has to snap off a whole chicken for the main shot. Steve had built up his skills like a professional cameraman on top of his expertise on crocodile instincts to get the perfect shots for the movie.
Roll.
Months of preparation, hours of filming, and we've done it. A few perfect seconds for the first Crocodile Hunter movie.
What a steamer! To think something the size of this, carelessly discarded by thoughtless people, could cause so much potential damage to our innocent native wildlife. Please dispose of junk like this wisely. Okay, Sue, get it! Getting our other leading lady to chase and fetch a lump of metal took weeks of training with rubber replicas of what was a metal homing beacon in the movie. But Suey didn't mind, and neither did we. It was a whole stack of fun. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to fly around the US of A in a private jet promoting a movie, having stretch limos waiting for you at every airport, and spending 12 to 14 hours every day talking to journalists, doing TV and radio interviews? Well, you're about to find out. An intimate camera recorded the whole experience so as we could share some of the more magic moments with you.